I will start with explaining about the safety trigger and quality trigger process and how the data flows to the next shift for DMS entry and how you are updating the DMS entry completely. So now for demo purpose, I am now at the end of shift 3 on 19th and have just completed the DMS entry process. So as during the shift handover, the complete data could be seen on what is available here, what has been entered. And now, as a first step, I will need to check if all the safety triggers can be set. So I am on this manpower allocation trigger. Now I can, clicking this safety trigger, I will be able to open up the form for safety forms, and this will completely show me the details of what we have entered in the previous shift. And if there are any corrections which needs to be done, the same can be updated and then saved. So in this form, you can see that the previous data is available. Now, assuming that this item is closed, you can change it and remove all the comments. And similarly, all the other points, whatever update is required, you can update it. If not, you can just retain the same and then press save. So moment that is done, this trigger for the next shift, that is, we are in 19th shift 3, now 19th shift 1 trigger is set as low. Similarly, you can do the setting for quality trigger. So here again, if you feel certain things are closed, you can put it. The difference between quality trigger and shift trigger is here we have corrective action plan, meaning we don't know what the root cause and things like that. Those things will need to be entered as a comments. So we close this. And whatever update is required, you can just press this. And any comments you want, you can enter that and press update. Similarly, if you want to fill details for the users, manpower allocation, etc., you can just fill that. For demo purpose, I'm just maintaining the same thing everywhere. This fabric 2 allocation is only for shift 1. So otherwise it's not mandatory. So you can press update. So now these both details are entered in the system. So what it means is now during the next shift for the DMS entry, the triggers are set and manpower allocation is also reflected. So the end of 19th first shift, the DMS data needs to be updated. So we'll now see how by going into the DMS entry for the first shift and see how it is to be updated. So before we go into the DMS updates, since we are in the shift 1 now, so you can just look at the line DDS screens, how it looks like. So when you log into the safety line DDS is the first page by default, you can see all the triggers, the data which has come here, which was updated in the previous day. So this is the data which is there as of 18th first shift, 18th second shift, and this is a 19th third shift. Right, so whatever we updated, we are able to see here. On clicking this button, you will be able to see the trigger details what was entered. So you can see whatever was entered here that has come. Similarly, if you go into the quality trigger, you can see the quality details completely here, and these triggers come. So one point to notice, the data here, the display here will come only if the DMS updates are done on a timely manner. If the DMS entry is not done, this value will not be displayed for both safety and quality. So for example, if I click on this form, it will show us the complete details of that particular form. You can see the details here, whatever has been displayed. So, and similarly, you can see all the details of whatever is there here by clicking on the respective screens. So now we will move to the DMS updates for the current shift. So when you log into the DMS screens in through the ZO to U handover, what you can see is the first thing is the IE data entry. So here you can see the current shift safety trigger is set as low. This was done during the shift handover. Similarly for FPQ, the data is also low, which was set in the previous during the shift handover screens. Now you can update the details of this entry for all the other parameters. So I've updated the details for all the parameters and I press save to save this. Please note that only when you update this screen, the data from whatever parameters you're seeing here will flow to the line DDS. So otherwise, if this screen is not entered, the line DDS details will not come. So the value has got updated. Now similarly, you do the same thing for FPQ, where I added all the comments, got all the parameter values, and I press update to save it. So if you click on the previous 24 hours shift details, it will show the complete details of the last 24 hours. Similarly, in IE also, if you click, it will show you the details of the previous 24 hours. So one thing to notice, unless this is saved, data will not flow to the line DDS.